15 MD from 6 countries reveal the truth about sun exposure in a sensational report.
Insufficient sun exposure has become a real public health problem.
This article aims to alert the medical community and public health authorities to accumulating evidence on health benefits from sun exposure, which suggests that insufficient sun exposure is a significant public health problem. Studies in the past decade indicate that insufficient sun exposure may be responsible for 340,000 deaths in the United States and 480,000 deaths in Europe per year, and an increased incidence of breast cancer, colorectal cancer, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, metabolic syndrome, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, autism, asthma, type 1 diabetes, and myopia. Vitamin D has for long been considered the principal mediator of beneficial effects of sun exposure. However, oral vitamin D supplementation has not been convincingly shown to prevent the above conditions. Thus, serum 25-OHD as an indicator of vitamin D status may be a proxy for, and not a mediator of, the beneficial effects of sun exposure. New candidate mechanisms include the release of nitric oxide from the skin and direct effects of ultraviolet radiation, UVR, on peripheral blood cells. Collectively, this evidence indicates it would be wise for people living outside the tropics to ensure they expose their skin sufficiently to the sun. To minimize the harms of excessive sun exposure, great care must be taken to avoid sunburn, and sun exposure during high ambient UVR seasons should be obtained incrementally at not more than 5 to 30 minutes a day, depending on skin type and UV index, in season appropriate clothing, and with eyes closed or protected by sunglasses that filter UVR.
Most research on the health effects of the sun has focused on skin cancer. Many ecologic studies that show an inverse relationship between vitamin D status and a wide range of diseases have suggested beneficial health effects from solar exposure that have been widely attributed to vitamin D. However, supplementation studies have, in general, not supported vitamin D as causal. This raises the possibility that poor vitamin D status is a proxy for insufficient sun exposure that impacts health and is therefore a biomarker of other mediators. These are not established, but nitric oxide release from the skin is a strong candidate that merits further research. It is also possible that sunlight may have direct systemic effects via blood-borne cells. The studies discussed in this paper suggest that it would be wise for public health bodies to have a better understanding of the risks and benefits of solar exposure, which will depend on Fitzpatrick's skin type and local UVR conditions.